Yo, what's going on, guys? Snoozman back here with on the YouTube video, and today we're actually talking about why can't I release a player here in Madden 22 franchise mode. Now, before I do go ahead and get started with today's video, if you guys can drop a like and hit that sub button down below, maybe comment down below any future tip videos you guys would like to see, whether it's for 2K or again Madden right here. Now again, I will be coming out for videos once MLB The Show 22 comes out. I haven't done any videos on that video game before, but again, another sports video game that I would like to bring to the repertoire to add some tips for you guys. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now for manage roster, guys, we're going to go ahead and go to adjust lineup just to show you guys obviously where I like to release my players. Now let's go ahead and say we have our backup quarterback, just a random player. Now again, before I do actually go ahead and get started and show you guys, this is a 32-man league, so you guys will see a little bit of different settings and setup. Backup quarterback right here, let's say again you can try and release any player, right? And again, let's try and release him. QB releasing him will free 680k in cap room. Are you sure you want to release this player? Yes, I do. Now it's going to say you cannot release Kyle Allen as it will put your team below the minimum roster size. So what does that exactly mean, guys? Now I know a lot of you know this, but again, a lot of players that are newer to Madden franchise mode, this is going to help them because they're going to be going through their roster to try and clear up cap. They're going to run into a problem with releasing a player because it says they cannot, and here's where this falls in. As you guys can see over in the top right under Matt Eberflus, the roster is 36 out of 53. So there is a minimum roster size. I believe the minimum roster size for this 32-man league is 46 players out of 53. So you at least have to have 46 players on your roster. In this case, I only have 36 players, guys. So you guys have to be wary and conscious of that. Now I will back out and show you guys the settings. You can always mess with this, obviously, if you're in offline. Now I can't exactly show you guys this. To obviously tamper and mess with it because again, I'm not the commissioner of this league. But guys, let's say if I am a commissioner in the league or if it is offline, I can easily mess with this. So you can obviously fix this by one or two ways. Obviously, we go into franchise league settings, guys, and we go ahead and go into, it's all the way down here, you'll see it for roster protection. Minimum roster size is 46. So guys, as you guys can see, determines the minimum number of players on a roster during the season. Recommended setting for multi-user leagues, 51 players. This commissioner decided to put it all the way down at 46 players. Now again, we can raise this all the way down. I'm not sure what the minimum roster size is. You can lower this, lower this, lower this. I'm not sure what the lowest point is for the minimum roster size that you can get it down to, but you can bring it down from, I think it's from 53, the total roster size, the maximum, all the way down to probably 20 or something like that. I'm not sure the exact setting, but you can do it that way. And then again, you can be able to release a guy. Now, let's say, again, it's 46, and what exactly goes into that, guys? So we'll go back into adjust lineup. So as you guys can see, if you wanted to release a player from here, and as you guys can see in the top right for 36 out of 53, and let's say we're at 46. So if we're at 46 players, guys, and it is a minimum roster size of 46, you cannot release a player at that point still. Why? Because it puts you one under the minimum roster protection that it is asking you, or it is telling you that you can't obviously do. So let's say, again, let's say we try to release a player, 46, and again, right there. Now, again, if we were to do 47, let's say 47 out of 53, and it's a minimum size of 46, we can release one player because that puts us right at the exact minimum that we can be at. So now you guys kind of understand that. Now, that is one of the ways. Now, guys, the other way is if we did have cap room, and that is if we go into manage roster, free agents. I don't have much cap room for this following year because I did take a lot of cap hit from trading players and through this last free agency. But again, let's say if we were to just sign a bunch of random players, as you guys can see, my cap room is pretty low. We can sign a bunch of players. We can sign like 10 very small deals, get them up to 46. then at that point, or actually 47, 48, that way you can actually release players. But at that point, guys, it doesn't make sense to do that. So that is the second way, but obviously that doesn't really make too much sense if you're trying to just release players. I mean, signing, 10 different players and releasing a player, that doesn't make sense. So that is one way you can do it. That is not the preferred way, but franchise settings, league settings, taking that roster size all the way down, guys, so where you can actually being able to release players is where you can obviously do that. But hopefully, obviously that does help you guys out. But guys, hopefully this video did help you guys out in any way. And again, if it did, make sure you guys are showing support, hitting that like button, hitting that sub button, all that good stuff. Again, I am trying to get up to 2.5K ultimately, and 3K, obviously, like I have mentioned before, in the next Madden for Madden 23. And hopefully you guys are okay with adding MLB The Show 22 to the repertoire, so I can add again another video game, 4 more tips to the channel. So hopefully you guys do like that. But guys, until the next tip video that I do show you guys, again, leave that down below. I will see you guys in the next video.